Well, welcome everyone to the Florida State League Network. Here, I'm Lisa Pride with the Jupiter Hammerheads and the Palm Beach Cardinals. And with me is,
Hi, I'm Josh Sperber, voice of the Clearwater Threshers. So we've got both divisions represented and a little bit of a rivalry from last year. Not quite over the fact you got your championship ring on there, Lisa.
I wondered if you saw that. And then did you check this out? I've got it all
That
picked
that I
out
missed.
today.
That
Just need
I
to
missed. Oh
shine
man.
the ring, right?
That's hard to avoid though. That's real bright. Got to put my sunglasses on in here.
Make it put it a little closer.
You don't have to do that.
I know, how ironic that we should be
Yeah.
like sworn enemies by now, as we met last year in the Florida State League Championship. It was the Clearwater Threshers and the Jupiter Hammerheads. And yes, we came out on top. But it's a new season. You never know what can happen. But so we're getting together this year and providing Florida State League reports. We have this Florida State League network right now. So you and I, every other week or so, we'll meet up again, give a report update on what's going on in our division, because I'm in the East Division and you're in the West Division.
Yeah, and it's a nice way to see kind of both sides of the Florida State League. I'll get a better perspective on the East just talking to you, Lisa, and that is something that I feel like until we started playing most of those East Division teams, it was hard to know what was going on the other side of the Florida State League. So I'm really excited to see more of what's going on over in West Palm and the other places out in the East, and hopefully giving you guys some good info about what's going on in the West.
Yes, and we'll also go to other Florida State League broadcasters and let them, file some reports. And it'll be great to have a main hub where we have all our content from the Florida State League. So, player interviews, coaches, broadcasters will all come together here and provide content. So it's going to be a great season, and this will be the place to go to get everything you need with the Florida State League. So as far as today and what we are, updating you with the East Division, we happen to have the player of the week and the pitcher of the week that are both coming out of the East Division this week. So, and not only just the East Division, but they also are both, their main home field is in Jupiter. The player of the week is Mark Coley the second, the outfielder with the Jupiter Hammerheads, who just the day that he learned that he was the player of the week, also found out that he was promoted to high A to Beloy in the Miami Marlins organization. And he's really excited. I talked to him this week, and he's excited, but he's trying to just keep an even keel, because you know how baseball is. And he talked about how you have those highs and lows. So you just want to keep your even keel. But right out of the gate, his very first hit in Beloy was a grand slam. So, I mean, no much, no other better way to like debut than for a grand slam. And he won as far as player of the week here in the Florida State League, because in 8 games, 2 doubles, 4 triples, 5 runs batted in, 3 stolen bases, he batted 375 for the week. And I even saw that when he hit his walk-off triple to help the Jupiter Hammerheads win that game. So a big week for him, a big start of the season. And then for pitcher of the week, that is Quinn Matthews, the lefty from the Palm Beach Cardinals. And he's 23 years old, out of Stanford. A lot of people remember him from Stanford because of his strikeouts, which he's carrying into the league now. And also because he pitched a complete game against Texas, 156 pitch complete game that everyone was kind of noticing that during his college career. But so this week against the Jupiter Hammerheads, he pitched 3 1/3, struck out 6. And then against Daytona, 5 innings pitched, only 1 hit allowed, no runs, no walks, and he struck out 11. So he's got 17 strikeouts, and he'll pitch again in just a couple of days. So those are player of the week and pitcher of the week coming out of the East Division. And it's pretty much, the Palm Beach Cardinals and the Jupiter Hammerheads up there on the standings. They are going to be rivals again this season. So they'll be battling it out, but I'm sure Daytona, St. Lucie, they'll have something to say about it. So what about in the West Division?
Well, in the West Division, you've got a couple of interleague matchups in the West versus the East Division. Daytona is in Bradenton this week, losing in 12 innings last night for Bradenton's first win since they took down the Threshers on the last Sunday of the opening series. And St. Lucie hosting Tampa, where they lost last night. But the series within the divisions are getting interesting as well, as Clearwater and Dunedin Blue Jays, two of the top teams in the West Division, are going at it head to head. everything else is mixed up division wise. And these are two teams that, just from the two games I saw with them, you could very easily see that they could be two of the last couple teams left standing when it comes to the West. Both of them with really solid pitching this year. The Threshers have a whole bunch of starters that have pitched really well. Dunedin's bats and the Threshers bats in each game that was won, in the first two split, each the winning team scored 10 runs. So a whole lot of offense in that series. And then Lakeland and Palm Beach, two of the top teams in the entire league, are going head to head with you guys hosting Lakeland. And that must be a real fun series for you as well, because you get to see the best of both divisions and maybe help the Threshers out and knock some wins off of Lakeland before the Threshers go visit there at the end of April.
It's not going to get much easier too. I know Dunedin's coming to town, and then Palm Beach will head to Fort Myers. So just great competition here in the league. But I'm really looking forward to meeting with you every other week or so and putting together some Florida State League reports and letting fans know what is going on in our league. So that's going to be exciting.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, when you brought this idea to me at first, you were talking about how there's not just a lot of places that you can get direct access to what's going on in the Florida State League. And there are a whole lot of exciting prospects. You have a lot of guys who are on the spring breakout rosters for each one of these teams in the league, playing in the Florida State League. Two of the top 5 picks in last year's draft starting the season in the Florida State League. I mean, there's just a whole lot of exciting talent here. And I'm really excited to join you in this, Lisa, and share this with, any other baseball fans who's interested in seeing really the next guys up.
Yeah, it's a great league, lots of prospects. After the draft, we'll have even more. And who knows, we might be matching up again. Maybe the Cardinals, maybe the Hammerheads against the Threshers in the championship. We'll just have to wait and see. It's a long season.
Yeah, you never know what's going to end up happening. I'm just hoping that I'll be the one flashing some special bling at when we start this up again next year.
I'll share. We'll all share, right? Yes. So thank you all for joining us here for our first Florida State League report on the Florida State League Network. And we hope to see you all around a Florida State League ballpark this season.